I'm starting a brand new hardcore series, but I'm doing it on an island. I think I'm just the island guy at this point. Being out here in the middle of the ocean has some drawbacks. I won't have access to every resource. I'm restricted to only this island, and I can't venture out to grab anything else in the world. But that doesn't hinder my plans in the slightest. I love it out here on the water, and I plan to make the coziest starter base possible. And since I'm so excited, let's just get right into it. For once, I am not starting a video with saying day one. This hardcore series is actually gonna be different. I don't have to survive with the goal of only beating 100 days. But there's obviously stuff we can do on this island, like starting off by cutting down our first tree. Wait, this isn't breaking very fast. Do we have the tree feller mod installed on this? Yes, in fact we do. Okay, that's actually much easier. But let's speed through the basics here. I made my starting wood pickaxe and mined the stone next to me. Then I crafted my stone tools, making the wooden pickaxe obsolete. With that done, I guess we don't need you anymore. Goodbye, sir. And we can move on to what we actually have on this island. Thankfully, it actually seems fairly big. I can already see 3 different wood types on our screen, which is fantastic. But I'm also seeing a lot of animals. Hello, Mr. Sheep. You're gonna be useful. I'm gonna kill it. Did I need to do that? Probably not. Hopefully there are 2 other sheeps on the island so that I can actually breed them. That might have been a bad idea. We got 1 there, and please tell me there's another one. Oh, thank the Lord, we're good. Other than that, though, I already see some wild crops. Yes, this is slightly modded, so we have more things to work with. We got wild cabbage. Then I see we have some rice over here. And oh, look at that. There's some wild tomatoes right here. We got the tomato seeds. This world already comes equipped with some sugar cane. Heck yeah. I'm just gonna move that over here and get that to growing. And I believe I saw some sweet berries back here, which is actually very good, a very good early food source for me. After that, though, I'm finding some wild onions, which will be very useful. And I believe other than the animals, that is the... Hold on, what do we have back here? Do we actually have an acacia biome back here? A savanna? We have a mini savanna island all the way in the back. What in the world am I gonna use this for? This is just awful. That is not good for us. I do not like the savanna biome grass. Look at how brown that looks. We'll figure out something to do with that. Now, since we're on an island, I'm gonna have to have a little bit of a different start. For one, resources are going to be very difficult to get. That's why I am already cutting down some early spruce logs. Because if I can get up to 4 saplings just like this, we can plant them down and get the very big spruce tree. Then when it comes to my goals for this video, that'll just make it easier. Speaking of goals for the video, I have 3. The first being get a full set of legendary iron armor. That's right, I have tiered armor, which means I can actually achieve a legendary set, which will keep me safe throughout the video. Speaking of safe, I also want to make a completely mob-proof starter home. I'm not going giant with a base, but I want to make sure that when I have the house, I am protected inside. And after completing my starter base, I'm gonna need to be fed for the rest of the series. So we're making a giant farm equipped with a windmill and all of the crops you just saw me pick up. To start those tasks though, I'm probably gonna have to collect a little bit more wood and actually go mining. But I don't want to go down there with my food situation being a couple of sweet berries, some raw mutton, and onions. Thus, I think it would be best to use this beginning area as a small farm. While I'm building my farm, let me tell you about me. Well, the mini-me plushie that is available now. That's right, Youtooz and I partnered up to make a mini plushie of Welcomin. This cute guy is only out till the 21st of this month and won't return ever. Never ever. So, use the top link in the description to grab yourself a mini-me. I've got one and I love him. Okay, I've finished up my farm, back to the island. With the farm done, I need seeds, or grass now. To get that though, I'm gonna have to take apart some of the grass on the island. While I'm doing this though, I'm mostly only breaking the tall grass, trying to keep the island in tip-top shape. Mostly because I really liked how the island looks, so I don't want to ruin it by taking away all of its features. That's pretty good. We've got 19 wheat seeds. Now this will also allow us to breed the animals whenever this grows up. In the meantime though, I would like to do some starter tasks such as taking a few doors into the ocean in hopes of finding some early iron or maybe coal. Oh wait, what's this? Hold on, there's like some barrels out here, maybe like a past shipwreck. Well, there's a few barrels actually. Okay, what do we got over here? Let's see, we've got some rare leather boots, but they have cursive binding. Oh, we got potatoes and carrots. We can add those to the farm easily. Ooh, suspicious stew. What do we got? I'm blind. I am, all right, don't eat that. We also have, ooh, iron and bread. That's actually awesome. Then in this one, we have some gold and, ooh, common armor is not great. I'll take the legs though, mostly because they still grant me 5 armor, just with less durability. This, however, reduces my speed. Not taking that. I will take the diamond horse armor. I don't think there's a horse on the island, but just in case. That was a really good find actually, because now we have some potatoes and a carrot we can plant down, plus early starting food. I'm also going to take the early iron that we got and made shears. Now I normally would make a water bucket, but the sun's already setting and I don't want to deal with creepy crawlies on my island because I have no torches. So instead I'll just shear some sheep and make a bed. Now that it's light out, the farm will grow again and I can hop into the ocean to see if there's a cave somewhere nearby. I am not seeing a cave. Hold on, what's this? Cave? Do we have a cave? Oh, we kind of do. Okay, and there's some iron in here. Perfect. I then used that iron to make our first iron tools of the video, alongside a bucket and a shield for when we go real caving. We actually got some decent tiers. We have the iron axe, which is rare, the uncommon pickaxe isn't terrible, and the common shovel kind of sucks. But our other stuff is also common, so yoink, into the ocean you go. You're probably wondering why I'm actually keeping the axe, and that's because our food isn't growing that fast. Okay, wow, getting 4 carrots there is kind of crazy. But I mostly want to use this for the stuff on the island, you know, the animals and whatnot. They're gonna like it more than I am. But there does happen to be one easy way to get food in this world. Thanks to the ocean, there are fish. Well, I just killed a little bit over 50 fish, and I'm supposed to not be proud of it, but I am. I just have some smelting to do before I go underground and mine. While it does its thing, I tended to the farm and fed the animals on the island. I want to get back and have plenty of meat ready. I'm kidding, I'll cage them up at some point and actually use them this video. I look so prepared to go into the mines. Look at me with my little pants. I'm hoping by swimming in the ocean enough, I'll actually find a decent cave to enter. First up being a ravine that was pretty close to the house. I used my doors to get a couple pieces of starting iron that the dolphins decided to bat around. From there though, I thought our best option was just to mine straight down until I find something good. Ah, here we go, underwater caves. These are great for iron and diamonds. Look at that right there. Grabbing the first diamond of the world. Hopefully we walk out of here with a lot more of these. This being the first cave that we're in, I'm not expecting too much. I'm just headed towards all of the ores I know that I want to grab. I've already theorized that I'll probably need 4 or so stacks to get a full legendary set of iron. So I actually have to do a lot of mining to complete this goal. But it's not like I didn't score when it came to diamonds. And more diamonds. But the kicker about this cave happened to be the fact that there was way more of it than I thought there was. Originally, I thought finding large caves in the ocean was going to be pretty difficult, but no, this is like an adventure map or something. So thus begins my great mining journey. Ooh, legendary iron boots. That is insane, actually. I was going to wear these until I saw that they're legendary. That is 1/4 of our set complete. And we found it in like one of the caving areas in this game. That's insane, man. What luck do I have? That honestly probably gets rid of me having to mine another stack of iron just because of how hard it is to get legendary. But that is just awesome for us too. And it has max armor, and no, it has max health. That means when I put this on, my hearts just go up. I mean, I can't use it now because I don't want it to take damage, but still, that's sick. Oh, bamboo. That'll be sick for the island. Hold on, gotta get these guys off my back. Oh, I guess I need a new axe. Hey, look at that. Oh, an enchanted golden apple. That is crazy. And a free anvil. Do not mind if I do. That was a great find. I was so happy about the bamboo, and then we just got a god apple right then and there. But my luck didn't stop there. There happened to be urns in these caves. Normally, they just spewed out emeralds at best, but this time it was different. Oh my, wait, what? A diamond helmet? I mean, mending and unbreaking? I'm just gonna keep that. Why does it have a negative... Wait, hold on. Why does it have a negative bar? It has a negative durability bar? What in the world is going on with that? If I get a legendary helmet, I'll just combine it with that. What? Are you left-handed? I've never seen a left-handed skeleton, or not one that I've actually noticed. Look at that. That's actually sick. I wish I could have kept you, but you're kind of really far under the base. Brother, what is this cave? Like, how does this just exist in... Ooh, diamonds. In Minecraft now. Like, what? This is mental. How do I even navigate this? I just want iron. That's all I want. I want iron. Thank you. This is all I need down here, all right? That mining trip was pretty long, but let's go over what we got. 1 stack of diamonds, 3 stacks of iron, almost a stack of gold, some lapis, couple emeralds, and the coal to smelt it all down. Oh, speaking of smelting, we're gonna need these if I'm gonna be able to get through all of this stuff. I genuinely wonder how long this is going to take, but when it's all done, we'll be able to make so much iron armor and hopefully get legendary pieces to go along with our iron boots. While the iron smelts, I did some tasks around the island, like spreading out the sugarcane farm and mining some of the oak trees. Specifically though, so that I can set up a small oak tree farm. I already know how much I'm going to be needing for my house and windmill, so it's good to get it in early. And now that we're going to be on the island more, specifically building said base, I'm going to need it lit up so that monsters don't spawn and kill me at random. From there, I moved to the spruce tree farm at the back of the island. I did find a use for this terrible acacia biome. But by sundown, the iron had officially smelted. Alright, finally the iron is done. And in that time, if you notice my inventory, I got a lot of spruce and I got some oak, plus planted that farm over there, so we should get plenty for our next goal. Of course, after I use all of this iron to get our legendary set. How long is that going to take? I don't know. I'm gonna start with a chest plate though. That just seems like the right choice, mostly because it takes so much iron. I'm hoping... Oh, I want to keep that so bad. But we don't get to. Nope, we're doing only legendary. This could be a while. Please, I don't want to waste any more iron. Yes, the legendary iron chest plate. Okay, that gives us basically the same as this. We get more max health and durability. I think we can get other options though. So let's try for the helmet next. Oh, we got an epic. That one's so close. Please just give me the legendary. Oh, legendary. Okay, there we go. And look, it does change. So this one gives us +2 armor and 4 max health versus the extra durability. All right, pants, you're the last one up. First try. Ah, dang it. Oh, there we go. The legendary pants. Look at that. I am basically out of iron now. Awesomeness. Okay, that is, that's not great, but I knew it would happen. I knew that would happen, so at the very least I can take off my old set of iron, goodbye iron, and watch as my hearts change from full to almost an entire extra bar, dude. This legendary set is amazing. Now, of course, I am greedy and I would love to put like prop 4 and breaking, mending on this, but I don't see a village around here, so that's probably not going to happen. But I did happen to bring back some obsidian with me, and if we look around, the sugarcane grew very nicely while we were gone. Plus, I've just been harvesting it in the time that iron took to smelt. And since I bred the animals, I know there's an extra cow around here somewhere. Hello, sirs. I hope you don't mind. I just need 1 leather. Oh, 2 leather. Perfect. Even better. Even though I don't need it, that's fine. We'll put a book, 2 diamonds, and our obsidian. We'll use that to just get some starter enchants, like good old protection. Hopefully protection on everything. Ooh, feather falling, actually. I'll take that. And then it comes down to the diamond tools. We have 62 diamonds remaining. And I would really like to get a decent set of diamond tools. So maybe we'll try and combine some of these up. Hopefully we'll get a rare. Okay, I'll take that. Let's see what we can do with the axe. Common, shocker. Ooh, epic. All right, we actually have 2 epic axes. I should probably use the iron one till it's done first, and then our shovel gives us common, double common to legendary. Oh my goodness, what a switch up. That literally just went from 2 common shovels to 1 legendary. Awesome. And now that we have that, goal 1 is complete. I have a legendary set of iron armor, and it's time to move on to our starter base. Earlier, I already started collecting materials for the thing, but I'm gonna need a lot more oak wood and obviously some more stuff. So first things first, let's go back to cutting down these trees. All right, that should be enough oak for now, at least until the other trees grow. I'm unfortunately out of bone meal, but there are other materials that I need to go get. Speaking of, I have to go back into the caves because I need stone and deep slate. But before I swim back out into the ocean to find a cave, I have to hoard up the sheep. It's probably weird that I'm only trying to do the sheep, but there is a reason behind it. These guys are our wool bearers, and sometime in this video, I'm gonna have a farm that requires wool, specifically the windmill. So if these guys aren't locked up, I can't be making sure that I get all of the wool possible. Okay, stone time. Let's go find a good place to start mining it. Preferably, I'd like it away from my base, but if I remember from the tour I did, there is some stone right over here. Now, this place is actually fairly close to water level, so if I wanted to extend out my island at any point in the series, this would probably be where I'm doing it. Which means mining in here to actually take the stone is the bad idea that I warned myself about, but we're gonna do it anyway. That should be 6 stacks of cobblestone. Now, the reason I did that is because I like to keep 2, 2, and 2. 2 of these will be turned into stone, 2 of these will be stone brick, and we'll keep the other as cobblestone. I very much so like to have detailed blocks in my build. However, I also need deep slate, so I'm kind of getting a little extra here, but we're gonna go down, hopefully not too far, and grab ourselves, oh, perfect, and grab ourselves the other block we need for the build. All right, surely that is enough cobbled deep slate. We have 6 of that, 6 cobblestone. I should have plenty to actually make my base now. Back on the island, I was lucky enough to have some leftover coal from our huge mining trip to smelt up my cobblestone, so I can do that 2-2-2 method that I wanted to. And now the plan can start, finding my base location. While that stuff smelts, I'm gonna find a place to live. Now, I already have the spot picked out. It's perfect. It's right here on this hill. Now, originally, I probably would have put it out here somewhere, but I like the hill factor because it can be built up more, meaning it's safer. That is the whole goal here, is to make a safer house. So let me wait, what the heck? What is this? Wait. Oh, there's a peach tree right here. Goodbye. Okay, no, I didn't do that to, like, be mean or anything like that. I'm pretty sure I can make a peach sapling later. Can I do just, like this or... Ooh, maybe I don't know how to do it. But I know I can do it later. I gotta cut down all these trees. Cool. Flat land means I have to terraform a little bit. I don't know how big my house is going to be, but I'm fairly positive that I'm gonna want this land. At least maybe expand it out on one side. You know what's just so nice? Having a legendary shovel. I mean, my word, that's fantastic. Okay, let's see. I think we're gonna want to bring it out just a couple more blocks on this side. Not too much, but enough that it stays, you know, circular, but also looks good. All right, there we go. That is gonna be the platform for our house. And just because these are not done smelting does not mean I can't start it. The base is basically just all oak and spruce. Let's see, my plan here is to combine 2 of my past builds. Taking the body of a build I did for a one chunk video, and then the roof for a video I did recently, my farming video. All right, this is the layout. We got 3, 3, 5, 5, 3, 3, 5, 5. So I guess if you wanted to build this too, you could. Now right here, this is where the door is gonna be. So we're doing an inside layer, but over here, we're sticking to on the outside. It gives a very little amount of depth to the build, but keeps the interior nice and big, so I don't have to worry about spacing at all. And if that's the design, we just build it up now. Okay, I'm unsure of what height I actually want. I think I may have already done this wrong, but I want a spruce bar at the top. Yep, I went one too high on all of the oak. Good job, me. And then I want to bring out the spruce, like a log cabin type of style, while of course still fixing the mess that I made already. And after stripping all of the oak, you should have something like this. Okay, cool. We have a nice base. From there, I'm going to put the entrance right here. Probably add in a window there, a 3-wide window here and here. Another 1 window, another 1 window. We could do another 3-wide here. That should be fine. And oh, of course, I already forgot to fix this part of the build. Nope, let's get rid of that. There, looking good. Now I could instantly start on the roof, but what's the fun in that? I made some decorative blocks and we're gonna use them. So on every side, I'm gonna do a stair and a trap door, just so that it leads into that little post that we made from a cabin. Also, I don't want this tree here. The tree, you can go away. Once all of your posts have some supports, you gotta do the same thing on this entrance here, just because otherwise it looks very bland. But now that it's rounded, it looks much better. Alongside that, I'd normally say to do something with campfires, which is why I built them up here. However, that's kind of where the roof is gonna go, so I'm gonna wait and hold off on that. In the meantime, though, I need to collect some sand. I think if we just cut down the island a little bit by following the line, then it's not gonna make the island look ugly or anything, and we can get all the sand we want. And just as our stone finishes up, I can put the sand in there. Awesome. Now this stone is probably not going to be for our actual base, but while I'm over here, I can grab some deep slate and start using that on the roof. Personally, I like to use the tiled deep slate and the bricks of deep slate. These two right here. These are the best combination in my opinion. For the roof, we're gonna be needing a mixture of stairs and slabs. What the heck? And we'll also need a lot of that in spruce as well. Do we have more? Thank the Lord we have more. Okay, let's make more stairs. I always run out of stairs first. So, like I mentioned earlier, I'm going to be doing a roof similar to the one that I did in my farming video. And I believe we're gonna start it off like this, and then it goes into, I've already forgotten the design. Okay, wait, I think it's like that. You go one up and then a stair and then one up and then another stair. And if we do it on this side, then it should meet in the middle well here. Hold on. Okay, and then we switch to just stair on stair action and then bang. Okay, yeah, that's exactly what we want. It looks more like a closer to a barn roof. Normally I choose to go like this, but actually going like this time. It's a little new for me, but that's all right. I like it. However, I've already noticed that I'm going to need way more slabs because we're doing this cross beam now. And I think I want to do, what, this right here? Like that? There, okay. Then that leads us into this corner, which, yes, this is a little bit of a larger roof. So we have to do it a little bit differently, I think. See, we go up the same as that roof over there, but then we're going in at a sharper angle. This will be 100% more like the barn than the other side looks like. Ooh, okay, wait, I don't like that. Oh, wait, and then we finish it off with slabs, like that. There we go, much more barn-like. Okay, yeah, see, less like this, which is what my normal roofs look like, versus this. New style, baby. Now I just gotta repeat that on this side. Perfect, and then down here, I have to do, hold on, wait, what was I doing? I think it's a 1 then 2. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, yeah, I got it. Bang! Now you'd think that's the whole outline, but actually what I'm gonna do is in this little windowsill here, I'm gonna build up the exact same design, but for the inside. The reason I'm doing this is so that when I add in the spruce, this deep slate is like slightly striped. It makes it look more sturdy, I guess. Don't quote me on any of this. It's not like I do this for a living or anything. Okay, there's one side, and I wanna try and do it from here as well. This is also almost the exact same size as over here, but it's one lower. Okay, there, that catches. We have the back side that actually, you know, looks correct. And then the front side, which has this little, whatever. It'll be fine. What looks weird now is about to look great in a second. Hold on. All right, we're not done yet because there's obviously some missing areas there, but that is the roof. I like it. You guys, let me know what you think below down in the comments section. Obviously, this isn't done yet or anything like that, but at this stage, what are you guys feeling about the build? I'm worried about this side, because how am I gonna do this area? Over here, we have the roof that kind of fills in this gap, but here we don't. Ooh, trapdoors and campfires. Ooh. Aw, wait, it goes on the lower block. Shoot. Okay, new idea. Slab. No, not campfire. Trapdoor. Slab, trapdoor. Okay, that looks pretty good. We can replicate that on this side real quick. Oh my goodness, dude. If you could place it correctly, that would be really helpful. Nice. All right, let's fill in the roof or the... What is this called? I always, like, don't know what this is called. Obviously, it's a wall. Right here, where I'm going to put oak, is a wall. But it's, like, in the roof. Is it the attic wall? That probably makes the most sense. I'm yapping for no reason. Hold on. Attic wall done. Now we're going to have a 2-high window right there, and then a 2-high but also 3 wide over here. Let's go check on our glass, actually, because that's what's going to make this happen. Perfect. It is done. I think we will have enough. Oh, yeah. A full stack of panes is perfect. Put 1 here, 3 here, 3 here, 1 there, 3. Okay, you guys get the message. Then up here, I'm probably going to have to do some really good decoration to make these look good, because on the bottom, we already have the pillars that when looked at out here kind of already add in a good vibe to these windows. But over here, it's like they're just existing, and I gotta fix that. So right here, I'm thinking we do a drop-down shelf. What I mean by that is we take these campfires and we put them here and here, and then we get rid of the actual fire so it looks like wood. Then we take our trapdoors and we do a double, a 1, and a double. What does that look like from below? Ooh, I kind of like it, but oh no, if we did a stair there, that would kind of just mess up the whole vibe. All right, let's scrap that idea. If we can't do that, let's do my patented oak and then spruce trapdoor method to make a shelf where we can add some stuff. We could do maybe a bush up there. We could do a lantern. We could do a full-on section of grass if we wanted to. Then above it, we will do a campfire with a fence gate. What does that look like? Ooh, okay, I like that. That kind of frames the window. What happens if I do shutters as well? What does that look like? It kind of feels like too much, but if we add greenery right there, it may look better. All right, I'll think on it. What? Look, my carrot, why are you spinning like that, bro? Moving on to this other side here, I've already given myself some decorative blocks. So we're gonna start off with this little pot holder, this little plant area. Actually, wait, I wanna stagger this. So we'll do oak on the outside, spruce on the inside. Then that'll give us a nice housed in look right there. We're gonna add a flower pot, a lantern, and a rose bush. Inside the planter, we will do an oak sapling. All right, I like that. And above, I just want to quickly do a couple of the rose bush kind of gets in the way of that, actually. I wouldn't be able to do that. So let's put the rose in the middle and then the lantern on the outside. Ooh, look at that. Like a little potted area. Cool. All right, perfect. Now I just have to replicate it on this side. The amount of fast edits I'm going to have to do. Okay, awesome. There we go. Basically the exact same thing, but on this side. Then for right there, I'm a little bit more concerned on what to do. Realistically, the coolest thing to place here would be a potted plant there and there. We'll use a cornflower and another, what is this, allium? Whatever. We'll put the lantern directly in the middle, and then we'll place a couple campfires to act as wood. All right. You know what? I don't hate that. I don't know what I like about it, but I don't hate it. Lastly, let's grab our shears and get some of these oak leaves. And we'll use these on the outside to make a couple of bushes. Ooh, but also, I remember on that side we don't have a window, so let's copy a planter over from the top. Then we'll add in our rose bush, our lilac, and our peony, and just do the exact same thing on this side over here, mostly because it doesn't have a window, so we're just mirroring the... Dude, you need to get out of here. We were mirroring the effect before you interrupted my thought process. Perfect, there we go. The rest of the land, though, can get some bushes. Just regular old bushes, you know, nothing too... Why is this here? Ooh, and also, we should be thinking about lanterns. Ooh, I don't think I like it at that height. Hold on. Lanterns around the base so that things don't spawn. Remember, we're trying to make this spawn-proof as possible. And I do not want anything to get in the way of that. There we go, nice. Ooh, also, we could do this on all of these windows just to add more texture. That design becomes trickier here, but we could just use this method. That looks pretty good still, I like it. Okay, wait, let's make sure we copy everything exactly over, or I'm gonna freak out. All right, we'll do this here, bang. Then this one, do the exact same thing, bang. All right, we got the windows done. They're all accented. We don't have any torches on this side, so let's do that, perfect. And then up front, we also don't really have any lanterns. But this does spring the issue. We have an uneven front. So, like, where do I put it? Do I hang it in the... I don't hang it in the window. No, that looks awful. Wait, give me that back. I could... Oh, I don't know. You know what? Maybe we have to make a different area for that. And I've got just the plan, because this may be the finished outside of the house. But we still have more to do, clearly. Including an entire stone wall. Yes, I'm finally using it to encase our land. Now, right out front, I kind of want to go out about 5 or so blocks, and we'll do, you know, something like this. And then here's going to be an entrance, so I'm not too worried about that area. But I do want to make sure that this is at least semi-even. I don't know how I'm going to do that. I just have to. Okay, the base of it is in. Obviously, I have to make this jagged. I'm not gonna have a weird too high tall in my base, but I do have to fill in this dirt first. This is why earlier I kind of wanted to extend out the land, because I wasn't sure how far I was gonna have this wall come out. But now that I've got the plan already, we can just fill it all in, and look at that, our own dirt platform. But there's something a little special I added to this. That's right, dirt slabs. This will actually grow into grass and allow me to make some sort of interesting entrance. We can also turn it into path blocks if we want to, so that we can have a path out of here to the rest of our base. Now onto the jagged height. I want some of these areas to be lower and some of them to be higher. That way if things get in here, like chickens or so, maybe some cows somehow get inside. See what I mean? They can freely escape from this area here, but they won't be able to jump up because we're putting slabs. All right, there we go. And then let's make sure we add in the final touches. Certain areas don't have as much light as others, so we have to account for that properly. That way it is fully spawn-proof. Also, I would like to do a small little bench right here. There we go. Just a little random, sure, but it adds character. Plus, we can add some bushes to the outside of this thing, just like we did with the house. Ooh, along with some lilacs, maybe? Or grab a peony and make it look nice. And then on this side, we could do another bench, or we could have a campfire with a couple of benches. There, enjoy the nice fire. And then leading to the house, we have a small path block section, which we'll probably turn these slabs into path blocks in a second. But there we go. That is the house. We have the full ring done. And then if you go inside, you have... Ooh, you don't go inside. Nope, this is not good. You know what? Let's, we haven't probably done a lot of this, so I'm gonna build this up and we're just gonna replay it, because I have no idea what I'm gonna do, so I have no idea how to commentate over it. All right, I know you just saw me build it, but I do want to do a quick little tour just in case I didn't fully explain some things. I've never done an open concept roof like this, or second story, I guess, like this, but I do plan on adding some bookshelves there, and I might do a railing, like an overhang along the entire way to add bookshelves. I haven't fully decided on that. Then obviously this is the kitchen. I don't love that these are the same height and there's nothing here, but I think this will solve when I do Farmer's Delight stuff. So we'll also save that space. And then in here we have our chests, where I want to eventually do a carpet on the floor, but I mean, it's chests. What else can you do? Up here, we've got our enchantment area, which should still get to level 30 in this weird little space right here. And then we have our bed. And I think this area will just look so much better if we actually have some books there, maybe a couple plants. I don't know if I can get any mods that add like random 3D objects to put on shelves and stuff, but it'd be cool if I could at some point. However, for now, this is our house. I like it a lot. I mean, this is 100% spawn proof. When that gate is closed, nothing is getting in. Like, there's nowhere for you to jump up. There's no way for animals to get in. Like, that is spawn proofed. The only thing to do now is to add in the farm that I wanted to do with a windmill, I think right over there. But as that's goal number 3, I once again have to, wow, my inventory is a mess. I once again have to prepare by moving all of my stuff from here into the actual house, tending to our, animals who the chickens seem to have gotten themselves cooped up a little bit, didn't they? But I also want to do some breeding and farming before I get to work on the actual farm. First up was all my items. I have a lot of these. Originally, I did want to organize, but like, looking at what I have, no. I'm also only focused on moving in, so I don't really care how organized this is. I can just do that off camera later. But now all of our crap is in here, so I guess we're technically moved in now. After that, I got to some of the chores around the island, like breaking down all of our sugarcane. Then breeding up all of the animals, specifically the sheep for my windmill build. After that, I had to get rid of my oak tree farm, because it's directly in the way. And finally, I grabbed up all of the blocks that I think I'll be needing for the windmill. What a beautiful day to be alive. Now, I should be prepared enough, hopefully, for this next build. And I've already figured out the perfect spot. I want to put it, like, right there. And we're going to start out with stone and a little bit of this extra cobblestone that we have. Originally, it was going to be mostly cobblestone and stone, but I guess we're switching to stone bricks now. Which is perfectly fine. I like gradients, but we're just gonna build up this part of the windmill. It's more tower-like when you think about it, but that's most of the builds I do anyway. And then I think when you get about this high, what I'm gonna do is put in some of these walls, then put the trapdoor. No, these are not trapdoors. Put the slabs right on top. After that, I'm adding in the spruce tower in the middle, making sure to fill in the wall gaps along the way so it doesn't show through though. Alright, and we're using a mixture of the original spruce, which is going to be stripped, and then the actual planks. I haven't decided how tall I'm going to go, though. Alright, I'd say this is probably tall enough, because now we're going to do the oak tower on top. It's more like a room, I guess, because it forms into a room, but basically you start out with these stairs. Then underneath, I might do spruce underneath this. What is that? Oopsies. What is that gonna look like? I think it blends in too much. All right, we're trying to differentiate the oak and the spruce. So we'll just do oak trapdoor here, here, and here. But we'll flip those down there, and then it'll look something like that. Okay, cool. Now I just have to replicate it. After that, we tower up with some oak. And I'm gonna use stairs in between these windows, just so we have that indent. And I also brought glass panes with me for once, so I can actually put the windows in. Oop, I messed up that stair. Of course, but what I didn't bring with me is torches. So I guess I'll just spawn-proof the inside with slabs then, because I have no other ideas about how to do that. And then for the roof, I'm gonna go one down, and then one out on each side, and put in some stairs. This is sort of weird to do because it creates like a lot of deep slate when you kind of look at it. It's more full than most other roofs that I do, but I think it works for the windmill. And then same as our house, we'll just be filling it in with spruce to just create probably one of the easiest roofs that I've actually done in recent days, just because it's just staircases going up. That's really all it is. This is a very simple one to do. But time for the windmill part of the windmill. See, we've got the tower done. It actually looks really good. Look at that. I'm happy with it. Obviously, more detail is needed, but I'm very happy with that. We also have the spruce logs that we're going to be needing, and we're just going to jolt it out to about there, maybe one more. And now that we have that, I need wool from our sheepies, which I didn't think about beforehand, so I haven't been breeding them as much as I should. I have been doing chores. I know I mentioned that in the video sometimes, that I did the daily chores, but I haven't done enough to the point of I'm gonna have so much wool that this project is just gonna be done in an instant. So I might have to farm these for a little bit. But we can gauge what we have now. Let's just see. I know there's a bunch of sheepies in here. And they kind of regrow fast, probably because there is a decent amount of grass below. See, look at that. Because there's grass below them already. But once that's out, it's gonna be a lot harder. We've got 24 white wool. Now I plan to do, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on each side. So 4 sides. We might actually have enough. Hold on. I need to gather a little bit more spruce because I have a very cool idea I want to do. But if we have enough off rip, then we could finish the windmill right now. All right, my idea is I think I found, yep, here we go, the palisades. Now these are very weird and kind of random, obviously modded blocks, but I think they're gonna look very good as the like arms of the windmill. I don't know. This will hold up the wool, I guess. It's not like I'm a windmillologist here, okay? I know what I'm doing, like a bee knows how to drive a car. So let's see, we do 2 palisades there, and then we do wool like this, and then palisade and no, wait, wool. No, wool. I'm actively, there we go, wool. Okay, look at that. There we go. There's 1 blade done. Then this side it goes down. How do you? Scaffolding is something I need. All right, we go over like this, add in 2 more wool. Okay, see that doesn't feel the same. I think I've already messed it up. No, we do 2 here, and then we do 1 like that. Oh, is that too big? Might be too big. Someone tell me what I'm doing is good. I need reassurance. I can't reach it. Okay, there we go. There's 2. Oh, totally. Heck yeah, that's a windmill, baby. I just came up with that in my sleep, too. My word. All right, we've got decorations, lighting to do, adding some leaves, actually putting a farm there. But other than that, that looks great. Here, take an egg. And then we will match the land to this actual, like, to this little area. And then I'll just do a bunch of terraforming. Like, I think it looks pretty good there. Maybe, yeah, maybe this big, I'd say. We're gonna have to remove this tree, though. And then we cut it down by a layer. So we go out maybe 2 or 3 on every single side. Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure we keep the actual integrity of Minecraft terrain here. But I'm out of dirt already. But that's the idea, is we bring out this little hill. We bring it out even more over here. And then that'll give us a layered sort of farm look. But of course I don't have enough resources, so I guess I could turn to the ocean and try and, you know, find patches of dirt and whatnot. But I don't know if that's what ooh, maybe that is what I want to do. There's actually a lot right here. I'm pretty sure I could just kind of mine in here and it would be fine. Like, yeah, right here. I mean, this is good. This should be plenty of dirt. My word, there's actually a lot here. All right. With that figured out, now I just have to place in the water that can actually stretch all throughout the build, or all throughout the farm. Ooh, you know what we get to do? We get to roll for a hoe. I'm gonna make a diamond one because I'm pretty sure I'm out, or basically just out of iron. So let's see, what do we get here? Good hoe, bad hoe, epic diamond hoe. I didn't have to make a new one. Perfect. Then I need our extra lanterns and spruce trapdoors because on all the water sources, I always like to add a little bit of light. Then I want to make sure I am outlining the farm correctly with a couple of leaves here so often. This isn't to stop some sections from having crops. This is just adding a little color balancing and an outline for when I'm going up it with a path or something like that. Perfect. Okay, we can get to hoeing now. All right, this thing desperately needs some trees. I miss the coverage that we had over here. Let's see, maybe we can, no, let's not, yeah, let's plant one like back here maybe. Then we could do another one maybe right there. Then another spruce here. Hopefully those will grow pretty soon. I would like to see what they look like. Oh, also I want to put one back here. Maybe there. All right, and then we have this area right here for a perfect path all the way back to our house. And if we walk through our windmill, we can go up even and go to the top floor of the farm. there's not really like a, oh, what the heck? There's not really a pathway up here. I could use spruce slabs or something like that to kind of make a general pathway, but I don't know if we'll need that with this right here. The very last thing to actually complete my goal, however, is to plant in it. All right, we have all this food over here, this whole farm that we made that we no longer need. So we gotta plant all of that over here. For this farm, I'm only focusing on these three, the big three: carrots, potatoes, and wheat seeds. Wheat will go on the very bottom row because most of our animals actually require it. Why is that not PO'd? Oh, actually, now that I think about it, most is a very weird term to use because all of our animals use it. We don't have pigs, so the potatoes and the carrots don't matter whatsoever. And to keep our property proportionate, I'm going to put wheat up here as well on the second layer. Then at the very top, we're going to be doing carrots. I just like the look of them, I guess, so that's what we're going to do up here. And then on this first layer, we'll be doing potatoes. Everything is perfectly spread out and in a decently even order, considering I am the only one who's going to be eating the potatoes and carrots. I'm very happy with what we've built so far. I think there's a couple things that I can spruce up. Please don't say that again. But that is our last goal, goal number 3, checked off the board. What should I be doing in the next episode? Let me know down below in the comments. I'm excited to expand the island series, and we're gonna stay on the island the entire time. So please don't give me challenges where I have to end up leaving it. No. But if you enjoyed, make sure to hit that like button down below and subscribe to the channel. This new series will be coming out more regularly, so hit that bell and do not miss an upload. And as we are so close to 1 million subs on the channel, don't miss out on my Youtooz drop. This guy is exclusively to those who helped me get to where I am now. And remember, he's only available till the 21st. Don't miss your chance. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.